they abandoned. He got abandoned by their families and friends and all that. So basically, the portal would be a place where they can get information about the disease, how to overcome it, and also a support system like a chat group, like a chat room where they can actually, talk to the people, at this, at the same situation as them. So that's one. And
Yeah.
the second one is a mobile app,
Mobile apps
which Haikal will explain to you.
basically it's more into like a forum. Like Riri already said, people those kind of people need some forum so that they can be more open. Because it's something that really fear of. They don't know what animal is it, and with with the support from the peers, not only the one who get infected, but also the one who is becoming their mentor, if we may say, then probably it will be more comfortable for them to know what to do. That's for the non-infected one. How about the infected one? This one is very crucial as well, because there's a lot of cases that actually you just know that you get infected in the stage 2 or 3. It is you cannot be cured, because once you get like sick and you thought that it's a regular sick, no, it's not. It's already like AIDS, and it's already late. But that's why we want to make a campaign of right direction to be like, once you get because once we see the number, actually the number from the drugs infected by drugs is already decreasing, but the one who are becoming our attention is the the unsafe unquote sex, unprotected sex. So that's the area that we want to focus on. So once you get uh, sexual active, they should, we have to educate them to at least check whether you got an HIV or not. So a regular checking will be our campaign for that direction. And then and then the pill itself. Once you get infected, actually you have to consume like a drug that's supposed to be consumed at the exact time every day. Like for example, it's 8 a.m. In the morning, and then it'll be, I don't know what is who's gonna time me. We keep on talking if there's no timing. So so there is supposed to be an apps which remind the people who get infected to to be reminded that you should drink this, you should take this pill, and the much information on how to get the pills, because actually it's free for from the government itself. Indonesia actually, and nobody knows about this before you get infected. So it's time for us to save before it's too late. So that's for the right directions. Thank you.
Questions?
Thank you very much. Very good. Just a question. What I understood was you're addressing your communications to the people who are already affected. Or do you think that you need to address people so that you can prevent them getting it in the first place? Did I get it right?
Yeah. So actually, our campaign is divided into two. The first is for the people who are not getting infected yet. So that's why there is a forum, and that's why there is an education, like direct education, as well as in that forum itself. And then we will like make a pledge of if you want to share things about this, actually you can do a pledge. And then the testimonial from the infected one, though they already survive, it's fine for you to, I mean, it's still okay. The world is not end if you get infected, and that kind of testimonial is not there. Like people don't know, when you get infected, it's a doomsday for you, but it's not. So there is still a hope for you. That's why that kind of education that we want to try to give to the people, for both infected and not infected one.
How would you raise the awareness that there exists those forum and website?
I mean, the same way that we would actually treat our brands as well. We definitely need like to put money behind it, like support, banners and ads, and but having the banners, not I mean not like scary banners, so then people get terrified and do not want to be associated by it, but just giving like encouragements and yeah, so making people wanting to know about it and not be affected.
Ac- Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, also the other way is like because if you're targeting the youth, the teens, it's actually very easy. It's just make it cool. Yeah, it's not a taboo to talk about sex, not taboo to talk about drugs, not taboo to talk about HIV, and just make it viral. And people will talk about it. They will share among themselves. And then in between, of course, you can have to make it like a very, have some humors in it. So it's like not too overly serious. Yeah. So and then it will get from, it just become a viral. Basically.
The campaign for the right direction is quite unique because it derived from the One Direction. It's one kind of a hype things for youth. So we also could have this kind of boy band or girl band, for example, like promoting. But it's more youth and then consists of men and women. Then probably we can have that kind of song, for example, to promote that actually this right direction will direct you to the right destination.
I'm actually quite interested in how your app or what your app will do in order to create conversation among the infected. Did I get it right?
Yeah, sure. So because we want to make it like private because it's make them comfortable to share their stories. So we need an apps. It is not like a forum website that people could see everywhere, but it's more like disclosed that is included the doctors, the expert, as well as the infected and non-infected one. So it's more like a community-based apps that you can share
Yes.
something and you can get things out of
Yes,
that form.
thank you very much.
Oh,
I am
terima
cutting.
kasih.
Yes.
Terima
Thank
kasih.
you. Thank you very much. This is how they do it, yeah. They leave the mic on stage, not giving back to the MC. Hi, Kyle. I can only do so much with no pay. Okay, so so the next one, here, Bang Roy. You see, right? Previously, the presented calling themselves the Right Direction with reference with One Direction. What year is that? Yeah, around this time. Bang Roy's group is called Paguyuban untuk Masa Depan. The hair, the name, it's thematic already. Vintage. That's a nice way of saying, what? Paguyuban untuk masa depan. Probably Bang Roy will look fit more saying that instead of me. Different generation, yeah, you can see, right? Okay, Bang, give me the mic.
Just a quick one. I'm not going to explain about Paguyuban untuk Masa Depan. Just by seeing the act that we're going to do is self-explanatory about what is the meaning of Paguyuban for Masa Depan. But just to state, Paguyuban means a collaboration for the future. So I give it to you guys.
All right, guys, we're going to act something out because we think it'll be easier for you guys to digest. The concept that we have put together today is focused on the C and D market. Okay? You guys know what that is, right? The CD market. And we're focusing on early dads. These are people that we wanted to have an emotional connection with them. And a lot of these people feel a sense of obligation to their family. And specifically, we wanted to talk about this idea of missing your son's future as that emotional pull to our campaign. So let's go. Or daughters. Sorry. Your children grow up, okay? All right, over to you.
So, it starts with our character, who is Booty. Booty is your typical BC class. As you can see, he's having a cigarette, having a cup of coffee, and he's also listening to the radio.
Welcome to Jogja Radio, this is a special announcement. Halo, nama saya Reza. Saya umur 32 tahun dan saya tidak akan dapat lihat anak saya pergi ke SMA, nge-score golnya yang pertama, atau tidak dapat lihat dia pertama kali naik motor sendiri, ketemu pacarnya dan menikah. Saya tidak dapat menjadi bagian dari semua ini, soalnya saya akan mati dalam 5 tahun ke depan. Hi, my name is Reza. I'm 32-year-old. I won't be able to see my kid go to high school, score his first goal. I won't be able to see him drive his first motorbike, meet his girlfriend and get married. And I can't be part of this as I'll be dead in 5 years. So you want to know more? Text Y to 550.
So this messaging that we've put on this is just about raising curiosity. We recognize that in Indonesia, the topic of HIV and AIDS is very taboo amongst a lot of organizations as well as government. So this is just to get curious and get the person who's listening it on the radio to participate.
So, of course, Booties listens to this radio message and says, text Y. So he texts Y, and he gets a message back saying, hi there, did you know that every 20 seconds an Indonesian man will die of AIDS? Do you want to find out more? And again, of course, he goes there and says, yes, I want to find out more. And then the message that comes back to him says, first of all, like, the easiest way to prevent this is to use condoms. But actually, in your city of Yogyakarta, we actually have a rep, Iwan, who's here to give you more advice. And we'll give him details of how you can connect with Iwan and have a chat to him.
So Iwan is a volunteer. So what we wanted to do was create a local peer-to-peer network. And Iwan is volunteering because his brother passed away from AIDS and he wants to give back. And we think that there's a lot of people that we can leverage that would want to volunteer and give back in honor of people that they've lost. The other reason we did this is because it's low cost and because he's just volunteering. And the other thing is he's hosting him in his house. So he doesn't have to go to a hospital with this preconceived notion of high cost of a hospital, or he doesn't want to go to a hospital because he doesn't want to let anyone know that he's being tested. So it's a very private experience and it's a one-to-one exchange.
And during this meeting, Iwan actually has the ability to test him as well to see does he have AIDS? And again, as you said, that one-point experience. So it never has to go beyond this different situation. If needs be, he can have a chat and feel relieved that he either has AIDS or hopefully doesn't have AIDS and move forward in his life.
So in conclusion, judges, this concept is emotional, it's local, it's targeted, it's adaptable to different demographics, it's very cost effective, and most importantly, it is. Thank you.
That was absolutely wonderful. And again, something possibly that can be used. Just a question. I'm assuming because it's the women and therefore the children get affected later. We saw the number of deaths. Are you going to target men and educate them, or would it also be targeted to women?
You want to answer that?
I think we really had to think about the problem and where's the most effective place to target, and we felt that, and we heard actually from the ladies that actually it's the men who go there, have unprotected sex, and then pass it on to their partners. So they're really the people we need to educate and tell them this is what you need to do. To your point.
Okay, thank you. So, Bang Roy, your role is just representing the vintage theme of paguyuban untuk masa depan. Okay, I get it, I get it. Okay, now the next theme is, so the name is HIVPP. I don't know what this means. Probably it has something to do with WPP. Very creative. Very, very, very creative. So we have modern, vintage, and creative. Okay.
Thank you.
Is it WPP, HIVPP?
Yeah, it was a spur of the moment thing. we didn't. We put more effort into the idea that's going to revolutionize HIV prevention. Okay, so I'm just going to set up the context of how we approached the problem, because the briefing that we got was quite a good experience for us, but it was quite a moving experience, and some of the scale of the problem really hit home. And quite immediately we realized that we couldn't tackle the problem of preventing HIV amongst all the different facets that involves in the time that we had, and we decided to narrow this problem down. And in doing so, we came up with some other areas that are critically in need of addressing that we won't be able to address. So we think it's important to cover those at the moment. So some of the at-risk groups that were very clear. Firstly, it sounds broad, but society as a whole needs to be tackled at a conversational level to make it okay to talk about this subject, and not necessarily in behavioral change, but just the attitudes and the permission that people have to talk about it. And the permission people have from the community to fulfill behaviors that prevent AIDS, which is another barrier that we address more specifically for a specific group. And then beyond that, there were smaller groups, including sex workers. And sex workers was clearly identified as a critical group. We felt that the intervention there would be education and boots on the ground initiatives to engage with these people and provide support. So that was an idea there, but we didn't take it further, and we felt that was something that needed a specific approach that was different to a communications approach. And then beyond that, one of the most harrowing groups was the statistic we heard about the age at which people were becoming sexually active in Indonesia. And so we identified a range worryingly between 10 and 14, where we can't target these people with an adult message, because there isn't an existing pattern of behavior that we're trying to correct. We're trying to change their first experience of sex, which, again, that was a very different message that needed a very different mode of